Good morning. It is a pleasure to meet you. By supporting the Navy Yard Employment Center, you have not only helped them, you have helped me and my two sons, Gabriel and Rafael, and I will be forever grateful. You are all important and successful, and one day, Gabriel and Rafael will be just like you. So, a little bit about the person you have helped. I am from El Salvador. When I was 5, my parents fled and separated. My mother moved to Italy, and my father moved to someplace even more exotic, New York. I was raised in El Salvador by my grandma, mi abuelita, along with my 3 cousins in a tiny little village. It was a childhood full of long days. Abuela taught us how to use one of those old-fashioned pedal power machines, and we made clothes. She would wake us at 4 in the morning when it was still dark and take us to a flea market where we sell our clothes. Then we come home and start cooking for the food we would sell that night at the village square. It was a lot of work, but we needed to do it to survive. My grandma taught me the value of hard work. She taught me an expression: se tiene que ganar lo que usted tiene trabajando fuerte. It means you have to earn what you get through hard work. When I was 15, I came to New York to live with my dad so I could finish high school. I didn't speak a word of English, but I learned in 6 months, and I graduated from high school. People in school didn't know much about colleges. I wanted to continue my education, so without really understanding, I enrolled in a for-profit college. Just sign here, we get you loans. That's what they said. And that's how I ended up in that. I met a boy who I thought it would be a wonderful husband and father. He was interested in me, but he was not interested in my responsibility. And that's how I became a single mom. I was pregnant, in school, and working as a cashier for Burger King. So I was kind of busy. Then I had my child. I couldn't afford my apartment, so I had to go into the shelter system with my baby. I never thought that my American dream would take me inside of homeless shelter. The best thing I can say about our time at the shelter is that my son doesn't even remember it. He was too young, but I can't forget. I knew the way I was work. Each day, I dropped off my son at 6:30 in the morning and got to work at 8. I worked until 4:30 and got back into the shelter by curfew time. But I kept looking for a better opportunity towards a better day. So I enrolled to New York Institute of Technology to get my BA. Right now, I'm just 3 credits short from my bachelor's degree. Eventually, the city found us an apartment in Marcy Developments near the Navy Yard. Since I was on public assistance, I had to work for the money that they were giving me. I was doing clerical work for the Parks Department, and some workers told me that the Navy Yard was a good place for jobs, and there was some kind of employment center that would help. So on my lunch hour, I went over the employment center, and they actually called me at 6 that night. They said, "You have an interview tomorrow morning." And I said, "Really?" I was really shocked, because those things don't usually happen to me. Then I thought, oh my God, what am I going to wear? I don't have proper clothes. I can't even afford a suit. So I wore the best clothes I had. A new shirt I found in the park, in a bench. It was a size a little bit big, but it's okay. An old pair of pants, and a $10 jacket that I bought, it was used. And this is how I went. I said, if I get the job, good. If I don't, keep trying. Crystal at the employment center told me to be there early by 8:30. I was used to being up at 4 a.m., so it was no problem for me. She worked with me to prepare me for the interview. I went to the interview, and I got the job. It didn't feel real. It felt like a dream. But it was true. I had a job at the Navy Yard, just a short walk from where I live, so I can be home to make dinner for my boys. For the first time in their lives, I can be home and read to them and tell them how my day was at work and talk about what life is going to be for them when they graduate from college and do great things. Anyway, I have a terrific job. I do clerical work for an electrical maintenance company. There are only 8 of us, me and the guys. They're all electricians. They are all very good gentlemen, responsible, hardworking, family men, not like some I've known. They are the kind of men I want my boys to grow up to be. When I got this job, I thought it was a miracle. I don't know, like I said, good things don't usually happen to me. Not to me, trust me. I've been through a lot. I have suffered abuse. I was homeless. I have lost the people who could have given me direction. People who have cared, let me down throughout my entire life. But then, people I don't even know came forward and gave me help, gave me a break, showed me compassion. It is a strange, wonderful world. That's all I know. I know the bad part is over now. I have a great job with some wonderful people. I need to pay off my student loans, get those few credits, and get my BA, and just keep moving forward. Before I came to this country, people have told me that America was no longer the land of dreams. Well, they're very wrong. I've been given it a chance, and I'm going to go with it and keep moving forward and never look back. It is going to take some work, but that's okay. A beautiful person once taught me, se tiene que ganar lo que usted tiene trabajando fuerte. Thank you, Robin Hood.